Nostalgia. Nostalgia can be both sad and happy when you look back on some of the worst or best moments. Hypixel Skyblock released over 3 years ago, so there's definitely lots of things that remind you of when times were easier and maybe better. So today, we're going to be taking a look at some nostalgic memories from Hypixel Skyblock from back in the day, things that remind me of when the game was truly great when it first came out. First of all, for you newer players, this hub will look very familiar, but it was never like this. Well, this right here was the old hub, and believe it or not, this was the auction house. A look at this compared to what we have today. I mean, this just brings back ridiculous memories. There are some similarities, for instance, like the entrance to the mines. It is somewhat similar to what it is now. The blacksmith area is virtually the same, but it's kind of sad and interesting to think that newer players will have no idea what this was even like. Okay, on to the next. Going into end lobbies, placing a summoning eye, and then somebody asking if you're flexing. This used to happen all the time when I used to grind Zelda. It's probably like over 2 years ago now. Looking back, it's hilarious. But at the time, a summoning eye was a pretty big deal. Please let me know if I'm not the only one who experienced this. Like, you would literally place a summoning eye, and then usually they'd take it out because they'd be scared to actually place it, and then people would be like, flex question mark? Yeah, it's pretty funny to look back on. Sorry to interrupt, but at the moment, we're so close to YouTube rank, I need to plug that subscription button. And that's because at the moment, we're actually trying to beat the population of San Marino with subscribers. Now, the population of San Marino is around about the same as YouTube rank. Promise to actually visit San Marino in a video if we get to YouTube rank. We'll be able to claim we have more subscribers than the population of the whole country, which will be pretty insane. We're insanely close. You've just got to subscribe, boys. Back to the video. Okay, the next one is dropping an item on the floor and somebody else being able to pick it up. Because obviously, that isn't a thing anymore. When I first started Hypixel Skyblock, somebody dropped an aspect of the dragons on the floor. Back in the day, it was the best weapon, and I just started the game, so it was like Christmas Day. I was literally stood here AFK 20 minutes. For about 20 minutes, I came back and I had an AOTD. I definitely couldn't afford one, and I by no means bought one or anything like that. Somebody must have dropped it to me by mistake or on purpose. It was quite literally the best day of my life. I probably had about 50k to my name at the time. And the last one is homemade god splashes. What do I even mean by that? Well, nowadays, you can simply just buy a god potion with bits, or off the auction house. So back in the day before there was a pre-made god splash, I mean, the only way to get a god splash was basically to get splashed with all the individual potions. So me and my sister would come to my island, we'd brew all of the potions needed for a god splash. I used to have like a little floating house in the sky, and we'd warp people into the house and splash everyone. And then they'd pay us. That was how we made stonks back in the day. Granted, our operation was only pretty small scale, but people made a lot of coins of this, and it's quite easy to say that when the actual pre-made god splashes were introduced, the people selling those god splashes were not very happy. The main money-making method wiped. But anyway, I'll keep this video short and sweet. Let me know in the comments if you can relate or have experienced any sort of nostalgia when watching this video. Obviously, there's way more nostalgic things to do with Skyblock that will remind you of the great old days. But, you know, if you enjoy the video, we can always do more. But anyway, if you have enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.